This is KHQA News at 6. It's your news now.
I think everyone's kind of in the dark about this, and we need more education about it.
Millions of Americans already have signed up for health care coverage under the Affordable Care Act, but far more people still do not understand how it affects them.
Over the next couple of months, health officials across the country will hold public seminars to educate citizens and business owners. KHQA's Brooke Hash explains some of the concerns and why getting help might be more difficult.
What does that mean?
Event organizers had hoped to fill this room with questions and answers, but only a handful of Missouri residents came with hands raised regarding the Affordable Care Act, known to many as Obamacare.
Most of the people don't really know what to do, and until it took effect October 1st, the rules kept changing.
Stephanie Tomachek says far too many people still don't understand how the new law affects them. She was one of several people handing out health care information Wednesday at the Hannibal Nutrition Center.
We're here to talk about a law that has taken effect in America called the Affordable Care Act. And whether you voted for it or against it, it is a law and it is a resource available to our Missouri constituents.
To cut through any confusion, the state provided funding for local agencies to become application counselors to guide people in their search for the best health care on the marketplace.
We're looking for agencies that want to partner, perhaps office space in the rural counties around us, where we can set up a station and be able to help people link up through the internet and apply.
But these counselors must be certified through the federal government. As of last month, more than 5,000 people signed on to become a counselor, but fewer than 1,000 have received approval.
This information needs to get out to the general public, and kind of wish it was more individualized, but I'll go over the materials that were handed to me.
Donna Hemme is a billing specialist with Vocational Rehabilitation in Hannibal. It's a state agency that works with residents who have a mental or physical disability that prevents them from holding jobs.
Most of the people we work with don't have insurance, so this might be a good option for them.
Hemme says many of her clients also don't have access to the internet, which can complicate things. She hopes enrollment is easier once more counselors are approved in Northeast Missouri. Brooke Hash, KHQA News, Hannibal.
Office hours will be posted for the general public once agencies in Northeast Missouri are fully certified to become application counselors. Area residents looking for assistance will then be able to utilize that time to enroll into their selected health care plan.
It's day 2 of the federal government shutdown, and some local agencies are starting to feel the effects. KHQA's Jim Whitfield explains how 2 organizations in Northeast Missouri are dealing with the issue.
At the Hannibal Nutrition Center, it's business as usual as they prepare and pack up close to 700 meals. They depend on federal and state funding, and now they're trying to figure out what's going to happen if the government shutdown continues.
It could affect us, but not at the present time. We will continue to serve meals through the month of October. We already know that. We know we're funded through the month of October. We will be doing our home delivered meals and our congregate meals, which are meals here at the center.
Roy Hark is a board member at the Nutrition Center, and he says no matter what happens, the meals will continue for the people who depend on the Nutrition Center. Meanwhile, in Bowling Green, Missouri, the Northeast Community Action Corporation is also feeling the effect of what's happening in Washington, D.C. Janice Robinson is a deputy director for NECAC, and she says the shutdown has impacted the Department of Housing and Urban Development and in turn has affected NECAC.
It's because we look at them for guidance on some very important issues, so it definitely has an effect. It was our Department of Housing and Urban Development, which they are our funding source for our Section 8 Housing Rental Assistance Program.
Robinson says NECAC won't be hit as hard with the shutdown as they were with the sequestration cuts, but she hopes a deal can be reached sooner rather than later. Jim Whitfield, KHQA News, Pike County, Missouri.
NECAC's fiscal year is October 1st to September 30th.
A man accused of setting fire to the Newcomb Hotel in Quincy is fit to stand trial. That's according to a mental evaluation conducted on Matthew Clark. Clark appeared before a judge today. His preliminary hearing was set for October 16th. Clark is charged with burglary and criminal damage to property over $100,000. He told police the fire was an accident that happened while he was searching the building for scrap metal.
A Burlington man accused of causing a fatal boat accident on the Mississippi River last year no longer faces criminal charges. The Des Moines County Attorney's Office says charges against Douglas Metcalf were dismissed. Metcalf and Joseph Shear Jr. were charged with boating while intoxicated and involuntary manslaughter. Shear's charges were dismissed in June. Authorities say Metcalf and Shear operated John boats while drunk back in May of 2012, causing a head-on collision that killed 4 people and hurt several others.
Illinois officials have begun setting up a system to let people buy medical marijuana in the state. Officials from at least 4 state agencies are meeting to draft rules that will govern medical marijuana distribution. Only patients with serious illnesses or diseases are allowed to get the drug and are limited to 2.5 ounces every 2 weeks. Officials hope to present a final version of the rules to lawmakers in the spring. Illinois is the 20th state to legalize medical marijuana.
I'm Jeff Monlock in Palmyra, and after the break, I'll tell you why this tractor has crashed into that car.
And we have some rain popping up here on the Trueview Titan. Next, right across the region, some rain showers out over northeastern Missouri, out near LaBelle, Missouri as well. We're looking at a downpour. Nothing severe here, just some garden variety showers and storms in the flow. Aloft, moving across the region. We'll see that chance of rain continue through the evening hours. As a matter of fact, temperatures will stay in the 70s, and we'll go with the chance of storms. How long will we expect the warm weather to last, though, here around these parts? I'll tell you the answer to that coming up later in the show.
You're watching KHQA News at 6 with Carol Sowers, Ross Green, Chief Meteorologist Mike Cole, and Sports Director Chris Dewar. This is KHQA. It's your news now.
The Palmyra Fire Department and air evac helicopters will be on the scene of an accident tonight.
Only this accident is planned and helps create a safer driving environment. KHQA's Jeff Monlock is live at Mission Hill Baptist Church with more.
Yes, they have this controlled so they can teach real-life situations with a little bit of control and no actual danger going on. And with me right now is Chuck Mayran, who is part of organizing the efforts here. Can you tell me what's going to be going on here tonight?
Well, this will be the heavy equipment type of the year whenever the farm equipment's on the road and we have kids that are out texting and driving. Well, this automobile that you see all crunched up, this young man was texting when he was driving. He did not see this big piece of farm equipment. He ran in underneath it, and as you can see, it was quite a wreck.
Now, this is the 3rd year you guys have done something like this. How has it been in the past compared to this year?
Compared to this year, we build every year. The first year, we had a simulated fire scene inside the building. And we had the fire department up on the platform walking around and crawling around like they were in a smoke-filled building, speaking on their equipment, talking to one another, and we had some people on the platform that were supposedly injured. So they put them out on the stretchers, took care of them, and then last year we had another automobile and we had some people inside, one that was injured, the other one was fatally injured, and they had to cut the roof off, and Air Evac brought their helicopter in, and we had it Marion County Ambulance and the Palmyra Fire Search and Rescue and the fire department here.
And the purpose of tonight's event is to educate the public and the youth in our area here in Palmyra. Now, how many people do you expect to be here tonight?
We're hoping 150 to 200.
And people will be filing in here pretty soon. I understand it starts at 6:30 tonight. So if you do want to come out here, come up to Mission Hill Baptist Church and you can take a look at this real world situation without the actual danger of somebody getting hurt. Reporting live from Palmyra, Jeff Monlock, KHQA News.
All right, thanks very much, Jeff. Dozens of Hannibal businesses run the risk of closing for not renewing their merchant's license. City Collector Phyllis Nelson says 29 businesses still haven't done that, including general contractors, antique shops, a janitorial service, restaurants, and a real estate agent, to name a few. Some are repeat offenders. Owners have 30 days to comply before the police department locks down the entrance of their business with chains and a padlock.
We have changed our rules slightly in the last year so that the police do have the authority to do this. We were issuing citations, which was not working well for us, and this is the next step, and we're hoping that this will work a little better.
The license costs between $20 and $100. The city is due to collect a little more than $2,000. Letters explaining the situations have been sent to the businesses.
The Y Men's Pavilion in Hannibal could get a new owner. The Y Men's Club asked the City Council last night to sell the building to the Hannibal YMCA for $1. The site is currently owned by the city. Club members say the YMCA has contributed $135,000 in improvements to the pavilion since it was built in 1993. The council has yet to vote on the issue.
Well, temperatures were above average for yet another day, and they're going to get even warmer over the next 48 hours. Plus, we'll take a look at the TrueView Titan X-Rad weather radar to see where it's raining across the tri-state. Stay tuned.
Now, your exclusive 7-storm team forecast.
Good afternoon. Well, look at this. It was a pretty soupy start to the day across the region. We had some dense fog in pockets all across the tri-states this morning. Visibility was limited to some low-lying areas, maybe under a quarter of a mile in some locations. And there are lots of beautiful sights out there. If you were out this morning and caught the fog on camera, be sure to send it to share@khqa.com. And we will try and share some of those pictures with you later on, the 10 o'clock weathercast later on tonight. Right now, though, things are no longer foggy. They're just partly cloudy. We even have some rain trying to fall in parts of the region. The Sleep Tight weather cam right now showing dry conditions here in Quincy, but out to the northwest, we have a shower or two starting to unfold across parts of the region. Let's take a look at the radar right now and see where it is raining. Generally speaking, a little band of light showers here over Clark County, back down into Lewis County and over into Knox County, Missouri as well. We're looking at a little bit of a downpour here just north of the LaBelle area. This area of activity has moved in across parts of Macon County, Missouri, back into Shelby County, Missouri, and it looks like over the last hour or so it was into much of Knox County, Missouri. Outside of that, some other scattered showers trying to start to initiate down over parts of Audrain County and back into Pike County, Missouri. Once again, it will be a hit and miss shower or storm tonight for most of the region. Temperatures are in the 80s. Another warm day was had across the region. 82 the temperature currently at this hour, 6 o'clock hour in Macomb, 81 in Jacksonville and Pittsfield and Hannibal. Same here in Quincy and Keokuk. A little cooler with some rain-cooled air out in Kirksville, where you have 77 degrees this hour. Partly sunny skies at the airport, 81 degrees. Winds are out of the southeast that is, near 9 miles an hour. So temperatures today in the 80s. We hit 84 degrees for an afternoon high here in Quincy. 70 our average high this time of year. 61 a mild overnight low. Average would be 49 degrees. So here's what's going on. You have this big blue H here right in the center of your TV screens. This is an area of high pressure, a large dome of high pressure that spans the entire southeast part of the United States. Now, these things spin clockwise, so the air is now starting to funnel in on the backside of this high up off the Gulf of Moisture, and we're getting some Gulf of Mexico, that is, some Gulf moisture spinning northward. With some disturbances in the atmosphere, it's starting to initiate some shower and storm activity across much of the Midwest. Now, we are just seeing a few scattered showers here, and we will see light rainfall amounts with this activity. The expected rainfall chart here will show not too much, maybe a 1/10 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch of rainfall as we go on through tonight into tomorrow, the heaviest of which should fall off to the east of us over into east central Illinois. We will, though, have the chance for some rain. The chance will continue on into Friday and actually increase in coverage as a front comes through Friday night into Saturday. Chance of storms out there across the area for tonight, 65 for a low here in Quincy, winds out of the south and light. That chance of storms will continue across the region overnight. Temperatures fall back somewhere into the middle 60s for overnight lows. 84 for a high here in Quincy for tomorrow with partly cloudy skies. That chance of storms continuing. South winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. So if you're out in Edina, Missouri, or you're down in Hannibal, you're going to see temperatures back in the middle 80s, a good 10 to nearly 15 degrees above average for this time of year. On your Illinois Signal 7-day forecast, here's what's shaping up for the next several days. We're going to see that high temperature on Friday. Well, you know, that's going to be of some note. 88 degrees, not record-setting warmth, but definitely it will indeed be a little on the warm side. As we move on into the weekend, the front comes through sometime on Saturday morning. We are then left with temperatures in the 60s for highs on Saturday, Sunday, and on Monday as well, with a little bit of a warm-up as we head into next week. But get ready to grab those jackets, and great fall weather will unfold this weekend.
All right.
See, that looks like leaf raking weather, except the leaves haven't fallen
Not yet. Yeah, they're starting to change color, I guess, but they haven't all fallen, no.
Yeah, well, that's good news. Thanks.
It's coming, though.
I know. We want to remind teachers and administrators to fill out the one class at a time application on our website, connecttristates.com. With the help of our sponsors, we'll give $1,000 to a teacher or classroom every month during the school year to pay for a special project or fill a simple need. We'll be giving away our next $1,000 in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. One of the best parts of my job, to give away money.
Yeah, not bad. And coming up in sports, we are talking about the newest Student Athlete of the Week. Chris Dewar has that story in just a moment.
Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
Well, now in its 9th year of honoring outstanding and well-rounded high school seniors for their academic and sporting achievements, the KHQA Student Athlete of the Week returns to this spot every Wednesday from now until the end of the school year. We will spotlight some 35 of the best and brightest every week here at 6 p.m. as nominated by our independent committee of judges. And at year's end, from that pool of winners, we will select one male and one female athlete to receive a scholarship as recognition of their achievements. Tonight, Sports Director Chris Dewar starts that process with a young lady who might lead all area pitchers in strikeouts this fall, area basketball players in blocked shots this winter, and someday set the high water mark for crime scenes investigated as well.
Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Sailtech, your local area subways, and Peters Heating and Air Conditioning.
School definitely comes first. I always have to make sure my grades are good, or I won't be able to play sports, and I need to keep my grades up to be a good role model. I try to do my best so everyone else can too. I try to set a good example and help my team out as much as I possibly can.
The Mackenzie Grossman standard is an undeniably high one at Mark Twain High School. She carries the top academic rank in her senior class, serves as student council president, and excels in 3 different sports. But more than that, Mackenzie will be that rarest of Tiger athletes who has translated small-town work ethic and big-time talent into an opportunity to play Division I sports when she signs to play softball later this year at Moorhead State.
When I was small D1, I wouldn't be playing the big D1 schools. I thought I could compete at that level better than playing like Mizzou and Louisville and like those big D1 schools, and I just thought it was a good fit for me, competition level.
There might also be something eminently translatable about Mackenzie's outstanding pitching skills that can carry over to her chosen career field. After all, if you can stomach the pressure to finish off a perfect game, what's the big deal in dealing with a corpse or two?
I want to major in criminology. I would like to be a death investigator.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, most people think that's really weird, but I'm really interested in that, like the CSI stuff, so that's what I want to do.
Is that something that's just kind of just a fascination for you?
Yeah, it is. I always watched the show when I was younger, and that made me want to be it.
Clearly, Mackenzie Grossman isn't afraid to take the road less traveled, and she's also shown the ability and leadership to soldier through challenges, particularly in trying to help restore the Lady Tiger basketball program with her tone-setting rebounding and shot blocking. Bottom line, Miss Grossman is a young woman with boundless drive when she sets her sights on a goal.
I'm a really competitive person. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I always want to be the best that I can be and do my best.
And we will be right back after this. Coming up tonight on KHQA News at 10, the federal government shutdown is causing problems in Washington and here at home. Hear how a local group of students have been hit hard by the crisis in D.C.
A couple from North Carolina did not take a traditional walk down the aisle on their big day. They zipped. Take a look. They took advantage of this zip line course to get to the altar. They did run into a slight hitch and had to pull themselves along the final few feet. But the couple says it was all in good fun. And, you know, they're married no matter how they got to the altar. It doesn't matter, does it?
Certainly points for creativity. I'll give them that.
A little more work, but glad to see they didn't fall off.
And we've got some rain out there. If I could show the radar real fast, just want to show the folks that we've got some additional developing showers, probably a couple rumbles of thunder possibly here out near Mark Twain Lake. Look at that, Stoutsville, Perry Center, south of Monroe City. We've got a couple showers popping up there. Once again, nothing severe here, but the excitement is it's rain. And anytime we're talking about rain these days is good news across the region. It's all going to be moving across the region, generally from the southwest to the northeast, and pockets here and there. 84 for a high tomorrow, 88 on Friday. The cool stuff comes in for the weekend, and looks like a dry start to next week.
We appreciate getting a look at that. Keep the rain coming.
We like it. We want rain.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you again tonight for KHQA News at 10.